And look who is here. We are so pleased and honored to be joined by Kumu hula Robert Cazimero.
Oh, what an incredible story. Mo'olelo, a lifetime. And I believe I heard in there this is the last time. And you're here. We're Wednesday night and you're walking into this, what we'll now know as a legendary weekend. So what's the emotions? What are you feeling?
To tell you the truth, I'm really excited for it to be over. I know that probably doesn't. It's probably not what people want to hear, but I mean, it's like at last. It's really nice, but it's also wonderful to be here for one more time. I mean, that doesn't mean that we won't be back to like do ho'ikes and stuff like that. But as far as okay, here's the truth. I made 76 this year. We come every 8 to 10 years, so that means the next time would be 86. Not looking good. Already, we're faltering. It's time to get out while you can still walk on the stage.
We totally disagree with that.
Well, you're too kind.
You're looking amazing and so much energy still. And I understand, you know, it takes a lot of energy to get here and actually do it.
Yeah.
But here you are. What's your preparation like? How do you feel going
I think the preparation, amazingly, is pretty much the same thing that I've done for 50 years. I think the idea of it is to keep on that track, to understand and to appreciate and to acknowledge where you've been. Because if it's been working that well, and I know I hate to use that phrase about if it isn't, you know, don't fix it if it isn't broken kind of a thing. But it's true. If you stick to here, you know, we don't need to mimic anyone else. We're happy where we are. I'm proud of what we're doing. Just stay the course, and with the luck of the people that love us as well, and all the kupuna on our side, again, another cliche but so true, I think in the end it makes it all worthwhile for sure.
It makes it, I believe that, and I love seeing the way that you put your stories together. Can we talk a little bit about the mele that you chose for this weekend?
Yes, the awana or the kahiko?
Both.
Okay, well, the kahiko is a tribute to the island of Kaho'olawe. Several years ago, when Roland and I were performing at the Bishop Museum, there was a exhibition done by Puakanaka and, of course, the Protect Kaho'olawe. We went there to see it while we were working there, so we went one night after work, and I wrote that chant then. So we decided to do it this one because, you know, as much as you're working towards a goal to try and make things better, sometimes it doesn't come around as quickly as you want it to come to fruition. And we're still fighting for things like that. If they're not going to take this island, they're going to take another island. So I thought it was pertinent, and then we added a second part to it that calls for all the islands to still keep gathering together to make sure that we stay strong, because it's just going to get worse and worse. And we have to be strong enough to carry it through. That's what the kahiko's about. The awana is pure fun. It's typical Nakamale, which is get on the bus, Gus. We're going to have ourselves a time. There's going to be dancing and singing and perhaps a lot of beer after the song is done.
I really appreciate that answer. Great question. Just knowing the background and your thinking on that, I feel like it really enriches the whole performance. I love that.
I'm very happy to be here with you guys. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're not done yet.
We're not done. Can I ask you a question? I would love to know, because you are, you know, you've paved the way for many, and you are seeing now this next, the resurgence of hula that's coming in. Now these young Kumu hula, what are some words of advice you have for young Kumu hula or aspiring haumana who want to be Kumu hula one day?
I would say, first of all, if you're a student, to work really hard on your basics. I think that's one of the most important things you can do for yourself and for the halau itself, and in order to prove yourself to the Kumu for making sure that they chose correctly. I think the other thing about it is to find a good Kumu. It was something that was talked about at my time, and it seems to me like our people have always trying to help each other, to make each other better, and we're also really good as a people to knock ourselves down. So I think you just have to decide that, listen, we gotta be on the up and up. We can't be fooling around anymore. That there must be a purpose to what we're doing, and that there must be a fruition. There must be a goal that is hit, because otherwise, 20 years from now, like 20 years ago, we're still fighting for the same things. And I know that sounds a little repetitious sometimes, but it's the truth. And if it's the kind of a thing like we say, you know, we love our culture, we love what we do, we respect our kupuna, well, you can't just talk the goddamn talk. You can't do that. You've got to walk the walk, too. And so that means, if you know, you got to get down on your knees and crawl. Call me up because I've crawled before. We can crawl together.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lie. I'm 76. I don't crawl anymore. But I can talk to you.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I'm sure everyone's taking notes at home
That's
because
good.
so much
That's good
eating.
stuff.
No, it's true too. You take
Listen, you guys are exciting to talk to because you're excited about it too and have been doing it for years. But I'm really excited because I get the chance to be with the both of you.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I was watching the story Mahealani did.
Yeah.
Looking over the years, all your different Haumana.
Yeah.
And I wonder, how have your students changed? I know the hula has largely stayed the same, but certainly the culture changes over the years,
Yeah.
and the people you're teaching have changed.
I think that my students haven't changed so much in that they allow me to change them. How they have helped me is that, you know, when I first started back in 1857, my students were all like in high school, and I had just graduated. I was 23 years old when I became a Kumu. And the thing about that is that I knew nothing. I absolutely knew nothing. I thought I did. I was a legend in my own mind for a long time. When you realize that you don't know nothing and that you try the best that you can, and then when you shut up, when these students suddenly become not boys anymore, they're men, they have families, they have careers, they have ideas. If you can just wait a while and listen to what they have to say, take the time to ask them what they think. What happens for you is that you begin to grow, they begin to grow, and you grow together rather than the kind of like a monarch kind of a thing where I'm the king and you're the servant or whatever. By raising each other to a level where we can talk this way rather than me having to talk down because either I'm afraid or my ego is too high or I can't say that word on the air. But the thing about it is that once you can come to that understanding with me and a student and we rise together, then what else more could you ask for? Because it means that in our own way, in a very small kind of way, we succeed together. And that's what I'm all about these days. Making sure that as a people, and not just Hawaiians, but as people, as members of the race of this whole planet of ours, that we help raise each other together. It doesn't matter. You know, when I talk about local people, when I'm talking in the show, I'm not talking about Hawaiians. I'm talking about, yes, I am, Hawaiians, but Japanese and Haoles and Portuguese, because Portuguese and Haoles is two different things. But it's for everybody, and we can do it all together. We can. I got to believe that now, especially in my 76th year. I want it. I want it so badly.
I think, yeah, and I hope everybody watching across the world right now gets just a little, if they cut an ounce of what you just said, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, this common humanity, and yeah, we're all the same.
Yeah, so much more similarities than there could possibly be when it comes to differences. So many more similarities.
It's such a joy to talk with you. I really appreciate you coming by tonight.
Thanks, you guys.
We're going to be watching you all weekend, cheering you on.
We'll see you again. I'll wave to you wherever you are.
Yes, please. And we'll be here till the very end Saturday night. Of course, this is a live show, and if you can hear the drums right over there, we got music and dancing going on. So it's time for us to watch another performance by our halal from California, Mr. Cazimero. Thank you so much for being here
Thank you very
tonight.
much. Thank
Good
you,
luck
my
this
dear.
weekend.
Thank you.
And
Let's have a great time.
We will.